What's up, nerds? Alright, so I am about to embark on a little video project that I'm eager to learn about myself and a little nervous. So what I did is I went to Sweetwater, I went to audio interfaces, and I went to whatever's popular right now and cheap. And I saw this new Focusrite Scarlett. Click on that, and I want to compare this interface, 8 channels, I think, to what I have here, APIs, Neves, Great River, and see what kind of difference we can hear. Let's see what we got here. This is my first time seeing this. Studio quality sound. Okay. The 4th generation i20 is the best sounding Scarlett interface yet. Preamps deliver 69 gain. Cool. Clear, detailed sound that holds up to tracks recorded with higher end equipment. Okay. And Focusrite's acclaimed air mode ups the ante with added high-end presence and harmonic rich drive. So similar to what we have on our silk setting on our 511 Neves. Cool. Is equipped with studio grade converters. Called from the flagship interface, crystal clear sound, 120. Okay, cool. Yeah, so what do we think? Is this going to sound as good as my APIs and Neves through the Lynx Aurora converter via light pipe? I honestly don't know. I really hope it doesn't sound as good. I'm really hoping. All right, so let's add this to cart. Let's do this. So we got our inputs here. I'm going to be coming from the patch bay and splitting it right at the patch bay. So when I do all these takes, it's going to be an even split to my gear and then into this guy, and then we're going to come right out, probably at ADAT out. You know, see how it holds up. I just hear the sound comparison, see if we can even notice or if we like one more than the other. I'm really curious to see. I'm slightly worried that I'm going to like this, but you know, the knobs feel pretty good. It's pretty slick looking. That's not why we buy it. We buy it for how it sounds, right? And how useful it is. All right, I wanted to show you guys and gals what this looked like booted up and how this thing works. It's pretty cool. It's hard to see on the camera for some reason, but in real life it's very, very clear that the channel you have selected is green. It's like a vivid green. Doesn't show up on the camera, but it's very, very clear in person. So you can see, and then you see your level changes here. Now, these types of dials, when you have high levels, it just becomes very hard to see where your level is at. You know, if you got everything at kind of a high level, you almost have to have like the most straight on look of it, you know, and then it's just very difficult, sort of, no matter what. You're never at the perfect angle to see it all. That's a pet peeve of mine. Another thing here with this, I counted about 23 levels of lights. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all the way up. And you know, it's like when you're really fine tuning the gain, you can see me turning the knob, but the lights aren't lighting up. It's just not as smooth as I would like. Now, for something in this price range, sure, totally fine. You know, I don't expect it to be perfect. But when I was getting my overheads, you know, it's like I want them about the same, and it's like, you know, you can kind of just get them at the right light. It's just kind of tricky. Now you can link them, which is really cool. Does that work with gain? Yeah. So that is actually really cool. I mean, heck, that makes it that makes that problem go away for me, really. You can just turn them up together, and once you unlink them, you see that they are the right gain. So hey, good job, Focusrite. Weird note, I could not get this thing to work without the USB being plugged in, even though I'm using ADAT. That was before I did the firmware update. Maybe that fixed that. Maybe you just have to have it plugged in, because again, it is digitally controlled as well. So it probably just wants to be connected to the computer no matter what. That's fine. For what this thing is built and designed to do, you're going to want it USB connected anyway, right? Why not? So, nitpicky, but, it didn't end up causing any trouble. It's just an extra cable I had to plug into my computer. For my gear is kick, snare, overhead. Our Great River was our room mic, or ribbon microphone, Royer 121. And then we did our outside kick drum and bottom snare. And then hi-hat, close mic. And that's that. So that's our 8 channels. We didn't use any preamp or compression or EQ. Just left it straight up. As well with the Focusrite, we didn't use any of the other additional features like the air. We just did it straight up. It took me a minute to figure out how to split my microphone signals, but after a little troubleshooting, I remembered how to use my patch bay. Okay, all right, so I think I have done this correctly. I got some drum takes recorded. I have mixed them down using a long code. One of them is my setup through the Lynx Aurora, and the other code is for the Focusrite. But for now, I think I'll be able to do an actual blind test myself as well. So I'm excited for that. So let's load it up here. Let's check it out. So you can see what's soloed here and what's muted. And then when I hit S, it's just going to flip between one interface and the other. All right, so let's check it out. I don't know which one is which. Okay, oh my gosh, let's see. I'm looking at something. So one of them, the snare sounds out of phase and the other one doesn't. So, I'm not sure why. Weird, right? Snare bottom. What? Maybe the levels are just different. So those are pretty similar. One of them sounds in phase, and the other one sounds like phase is canceling. The purple sounds like everything is in phase. Right away, my first impression is that these blue up here, the teal, sound flat compared to the purple. The purple sounds fuller, and I think crisper. Like the teal sound, I'm guessing right away that that's the Focusrite. I really think it is. I think it sounds like it, and I hope it is. This is part of what's funny about this video, because if I am wrong, oh man, it's going to make me question everything. I don't even have stuff panned. Okay, so let's actually pan this out, because it sounds pretty flat across both of them, if we're being honest. So I'm going to keep the room pretty low. It's in there, but I'm going to turn that down. I'm going to pan our overheads like they're supposed to be. This is with panning and just the most very basic adjustments. Let's hear how they compare now. Something about the purple still sounds like a little louder. So I'm going to boost the teal a little bit, even though I thought I had these close. I feel like I'm missing something, because they sound different in ways that I wasn't expecting. Like, is this, all right, let's check it out again here. This is me on the ride cymbal. Okay. Even with a little slight volume boost on the light blue, I still feel like the purple is a fuller sound. And it just sounds bigger. It sounds more powerful. And to me, that's telling me this is the APIs and Neves. So I actually like the cymbals in the light blue. They sound a little like softer, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, but I kind of like it. Where like the purple maybe seems a little bit more harsh or something with the cymbals, but the snare and the kick, I just way like the purple a lot more. Let's just listen to the overheads now. Man, I feel like I hear more detail in the purple. It sounds fuller, but it sounds like um not louder, but just like you're getting more sound out of it somehow, like maybe more information. I don't mind the cymbals in the light blue, but again, the snare sounds like cardboard compared to the purple. Let's check this out again. I mean, I like the purple more. And oh, if this is if the purple's the Focusrite, I would be surprised. And I'm gonna have to rethink a lot, but because I really like the purple more on that. It's pretty clear to me. Um, Throughout this whole test so far, I've liked the purple more, but I mean this reinforces that. Let's I don't know. That's pretty crazy. Let's check out just the snare mic. That's funny because that doesn't sound all that different to me. I think it's kind of hard to hear just a snare soloed and listen to the difference between the beats. Um, I hear way more of a difference in the overheads. Let's hear just the raw kick mic, just the inside kick. Start with purple here. This is funny because this is something I've been noticing too, is that the purple sounds deeper. It actually sounds deeper, like a lower frequency is happening. And it almost sounds like the teal, the light blue, it's like everything's shifted up a little bit. Which I'm not understanding. It's like a tighter sound, but it's that's weird that it sounds harmonically shifted. And I hear that in the kick drum. See if you guys can hear this. So I'm gonna start with purple again. It's very subtle, but I swear the purple sounds like a lower frequency to me. That's so weird. Okay. Wow, yeah. Let's hear just the room. It's not going to sound great on either one because again, I rely on some pretty heavy processing with my room mics, and this is just a mono mic. I normally do stereo, but let's check it out. That's so weird. You can really hear the harmonic shift in the room mic. Like the light blue is sounds like a higher frequency. All right, I have to know. I have to know which is which, and I think purple is absolutely my equipment. I think the light blue on top is the Focusrite. That's definitely my guess. So let's find out. And the Lynx is 90. Yeah. Okay. So I think I was correct. Whew. Yeah, I clearly like the APIs and Neves. It shouldn't be a surprise, right? we should expect that and not be surprised by it. Part of me was a little worried from the start that, you know, the way they make equipment now, they make cheap equipment sound good. Companies have gotten pretty good at that. And this is kind of the new, you know, sort of flagship budget mid-range interface from Focusrite. So I was expecting it to sound good, and it does. It sounds awesome. And what's more is the features that they've put on this. I mean, I haven't played with any of the features. This was just raw, but the digitally controlled preamps, the auto setting, like that's cool. So if you're recording yourself a lot, like I do, I can totally see using this Focusrite, but man, it is definitely the quality of preamps, I think, and conversion is sort of a no-brainer. I could instantly hear it, and it makes a pretty big difference. This was a really fun test, and I hope you guys enjoyed this because I definitely did. Like I said, it sounded different in ways that I wasn't expecting. Definitely like the harmonic shift that's happening, I don't fully understand. But then there were other things I was expecting that I found to be true as well. Just the lack of clarity, the lack of fullness of the Focusrite, and not that it's not sounding good, but relative to the APIs and Neves, as well as the Lola preamp I have by Hairball Audio, which I think is an original design, and the Great River preamp on that room mic, which that Great River preamp is absolutely fantastic, just like everything they make. It's amazing. Wow, pretty cool. Well, thank you all for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed this video.